again, everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Scars, and welcome once again to another edition of the Nitro Corner. We got a great show for you today, as this week I got some things I need to get off my chest. So this is kind of a random thoughts edition of the Nitro Corner. So why don't we get started? I want to get started with, once again, die-hard Derek Gordon has once again hit the bombshell of a news item in his Injustice for Brawl website, and it's really beginning to piss me off, so to speak. Excuse my language again. It reads, is TNA's pay forcing knockouts to work as strippers? According to the article, Chrissy Hemme, who is our ring announcer, has been having to do some work as a stripper to make ends meet. Are you absolutely serious? If this is true, TNA, are you really serious? I mean, look at this. Hold on just a second. Let me read a little bit of it in here. It says, about a year ago, there were rumors regarding the minimum wage pay. The story had broke that Brooke Adams, a.k.a. Miss Tessmacher, who's getting a push finally in TNA for that Knockouts title, was vying for fan support to win a Hooters contest? Really? Hooters? Oh, this is good. Here's more. Then there was Angelina Love. I think it was her. Maybe it was another knockout, but I'm too tired to Google it right now. Come on now, you're a reporter. So for the sake of the bleeping story, it's Angelina Love. While serving as TNA Wrestling's knockout champion, she had to hold down a job at Sunglass Hut to pay the bills. Really? She had to get if this is true, Angelina Love had to get a job at the mall to make her ends meet, to pay the bills. Really? This is getting really ridiculous. Look at this. Ric Flair makes $35,000 per appearance. Hulk makes $75,000 appearance. And these knockouts ain't gonna get a dime? Or not gonna get equal pay to men? Well, who's in charge? Who's in charge? There's more. Hold on just a second. I'll read the final final paragraph of it for you. In all seriousness, the shame comes from the fact that she is a former WWE personality. We're talking about Chrissy Hemme now. A former Playboy cover girl and a current TNA knockout on national television. But in order to make ends meet, she has to shake her rear end in a seedy club because Dixie Carter refuses to pay the talent properly. Shame on TNA for practically forcing the girls to sell their rear ends to make a living. I have to use rear ends to keep it clean. In case you haven't recognized it, they are selling their rear ends on your website, your television programs, your events, and your pay-per-views. Rear ends, excuse me, I thought it was assets, A-S-S-E-T-S. Apologize for that. Rear ends sold at dirt cheap prices and humiliation in exchange for a small taste of their dream. Dixie Carter, you bleeping pimp. End quote. I basically totally agree with this column by Derek Gordon. Really, TNA? You really paying these knockouts peanuts? Peanuts! And you paid Hulk Hogan $75,000 per appearance. And I'll get to you, Hogan, in a minute. This is absolutely atrocious. This is atrocious. These knockouts deserve better pay and to be recognized as equals. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm going to buy the column at face value and say that these are facts until I'm proven wrong, but this is ridiculous. They should be treated better like this. Instead, they have to go find extra work to make ends meet, and they're TNA stars. They're TNA stars on television. Really, Dixie? You know what? I'm done. It makes me feel like I'm done. Really? Why don't you treat the knockouts better? Give me a bleeping break. Really? That just POs me, you know? It really POs me. I'm sorry. It's not right. You don't treat the knockouts like that. If this article is true, and like I said, I'm taking it at face value right now. That's ridiculous. As far as I'm concerned, bottom line, that is ridiculous. Unreal. Moving on now to another thing I want to get off my chest is the Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Triple H incident. Last Sunday at the pay-per-view, John Cena beat Brock Lesnar by a hair. A hair! Before Brock injured his arm. Now Cena's going to take some time off after getting injured by John Laurinaitis. More about that at the end because I got some choice words for Laurinaitis. Now, and then Brock goes ahead and tries to make ends meet. It is demands met that was set by John Laurinaitis last week. Triple H comes out there and says, "No, Brock, we're not meeting those demands. You're going to be sticking to the original contract. It was fair." What does Brock do? He breaks his arm. And I'm going to say this right now. Some people are like, "Oh, that looked real," but it's not real. It's real. Trust me. Look at the angle of the arm bar. Look at the angle where it was broken. You can hear it snap. And it's not pyrotechnics or television tricks. Folks, that's a broken arm. Believe me. That is a broken arm. And I'll not be too surprised that Brock Lesnar is not punished by the WWE. Why? Because it's their cash cow for now. Brock Lesnar is bringing money to the bank in the WWE. And you can bet that Triple H, once he gets his arm better, which is going to take a while, you can bet he's going to look for revenge just as the same for John Cena. Keep an eye on this situation. Okay, next up is Hulk Hogan. I read most recently Hulk Hogan had this master plan or master idea to save TNA. Here's the master plan, folks, and you better be sitting down for this one. He would book Jeff Hardy as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion and get rid of Robert Roode as TNA World Heavyweight Champion. First off, no disrespect to Jeff Hardy. He's done all right thus far, but in my mind, Robert Roode is the workhorse of TNA, and once again, the ego of Hulk Hogan is trying to bury Robert Roode. Really, Hulk? Really? Why don't you book yourself? Because you're just dying to book yourself as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Trust me on this one, folks. Hulk Hogan burying Robert Roode, saying that he doesn't have enough sizzle to be TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It's not the sexy choice. Really, Hulk? Is that your master plan? Why? Sometimes I wonder why. It's just the politics of professional wrestling, isn't it? Why don't you just book yourself, Hogan, as TNA World Heavyweight Champion? Really? That will really help TNA, Hulk. Oh yeah, what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan is booked as Heavyweight Champion? Trust me on this one, folks. Now on to my other favorite pain in the rear end, Daniel Bryan. Yes! Yes! The most annoying chant in professional wrestling. Everybody, yes! Yes! It's become no! It all started Sunday when you were this close to being once again the World Heavyweight Champion. But you lost to Sheamus. Turn around 24 hours later, you beat the clock. You beat the clock. You beat Jerry the King Lawler when it should have been booked as the King beating Daniel Bryan. Why? Because it would make more excitement. It would bring an element of surprise to this. Jerry Lawler, once again, quite possibly becoming WWE Champion. It would make more sense. But no, we got Mr. Yes! Let's sell more t-shirts of that stupid slogan. Yes! And now he'll face CM Punk at Over the Limit. Pretty interesting matchup. It's going to be a good matchup, but that annoying yes! Yes! Sounds like Mitt Romney having a personality transplant. It's painful to watch. Anyway, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk technically can put on a great matchup. It's just that the yes thing to me is not over as far as I'm concerned. Even though the fans are yelling yes, yes. Let's face it, I think they're kind of programmed to do that, to be quite honest. Unreal. Speaking of the Daniel Bryan drama, that brings us to AJ. AJ, I really don't understand where your head's at these days. I mean, twice in a row, you decide on your own volition, your own personal judgment, to slap your best friend Caitlyn in the face. Really, AJ? AJ, do me the favor. Do me a big favor, please. I'm begging you. Get your head on straight. Get your act together. Get it right. It's over with you and Daniel Bryan. It is over. Trust me, it's over. He's gone on. You need to move on with your career. It's over. Really, you may have just lost an ally in Caitlyn. I mean, if I get slapped like that twice, yeah, I'll be making second judgments before I even decide to associate myself with you, AJ. Get your head right. What is wrong with you? Get your head right. Get it together. Come on now. Let's end the drama and save the drama for your mama. Okay, real quick, I want to talk about Open Fight Night that premiered on TNA about 2 weeks ago. The concept is pretty good. Maybe one kink into it that I would put into it is I would put at least one other champion involved in that besides the television champion and the tag team championships. Why don't we just put up 3 belts all together? Quite possibly maybe the Knockouts title. Maybe a world title match against someone unknown. That would add even more sizzle, more steak to the Open Fight Night concept. But in all, it's good. I'm going to give it some time to breathe, to grow. This seems like a pretty good idea. So I'm going to let it breathe, let it see what happens down the road for Open Fight Night. And now, save the worst for last. Mr. Personality himself, full of aggression. He snapped. And that's John Laurinaitis. Now, let me get this straight. Your boy Brock Lesnar lost at the pay-per-view. Your boy Brock Lesnar's demands are not going to be met by Triple H. As a matter of fact, they are null and void. And what do? You call John Cena out to rings. You put yourself out there in the ring with John Cena with an arm and a sling, and you tell him that your opponent at Over the Limit is, and we all thought it was Lord Tensai. Lord Tensai. Why did I say Albert? Oh, that's right. He looks like Albert, doesn't he? Lord Tensai, along with whatever his name is, his personal handler, Domo. Anyway, they come out to ringside, and we all think this is going to be the rematch, Tensai versus Cena. Well, here comes John Laurinaitis snapping. He says, "It's me!" Clunk in the back of the head. Folks, this is the executive vice president of talent relations, attacking one of his major talents in the back of the head. And then he proceeds along with Lord Tensai to try to break the arm, or not quite possibly do it. And then here comes Laurinaitis, judge, jury, and executioner, with the chair. I can make your life easier, I'm going to make it hard, punk. And then boom, that's right, punk. You piece of bling. I'm John Laurinaitis. He proceeds to hit him with the chair on the steps, quite possibly breaking his arm. John, really? You think you can go in there and wrestle Johnson? You couldn't do it one-on-one. No, you're a has-been. Your best days was 1997 in Japan. Now you need help from Lord Tensai, and the sidekick to do your dirty work. John, you're not a wrestler anymore. And as an administrator, you suck. And you just proved it once again by attacking John Cena. Big man, you had to come from behind to do it, right? Big, tough, strong guy who's the executive vice president of talent relations and the general manager of both Raw and SmackDown. You treat Theodore Alone like crap. You put Eve Torres, oh good God, as the executive assistant. Oh, by the way, on a side note, real classy Eve. Real classy firing the Bella twins. That's real classy. Very classy. You know what? You can stick it, Eve. You can stick it. What is it, that time of month again? Anyway, back to Laurinaitis. Mr. I'm going to get in the ring and kick John Cena's behind at over the limit because I'm over the limit. I'm John Laurinaitis. You ain't nothing. And you will pay with your with blood or sweat or both or whatever once John Cena gets his hands on you, because it's not going to be one-on-one, but John Cena might find a way to take care of you. Please, Lord, let John Cena take care of Laurinaitis. Let him get rid of the disease that is John Laurinaitis' people power. Please, Lord, this man is nothing but trouble. Please, thank you. And that's my take on Laurinaitis. Hey, Laurinaitis, we'll see you behind later. Please, Lord, let this happen. Well, that's it. I got everything off my chest for this week, and that is it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back again next week with an all-new episode of the Nitro Corner. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Scover saying, so long, everybody.